Hi guys, Woodsman500 here, back again, sitting down with another video. Not a knife review this time like I usually do. Here's one that I just reviewed. This is the Buck Omni 12-point folder. Great little knife that is. Not really little, but that's one that I just reviewed. But no, we're not talking about a knife today. Something that you've seen me do before. Not very often though. I kind of want to get into it. I've got a couple here that are kicking around that I kind of wanted to do a review on, and it's these flashlights. This was my last one that I reviewed. This is the Dorsey flashlight. I still love it. Good little flashlight. Well, once again, not really that little. I did EDC this for a while, believe it or not. Big flashlight, lots, really bright, like 3 AAAs back in the back there, and it comes with different lenses, green and blue. Or not green and blue, but red and blue, and it's just a really powerful light. Great beam on it, great distance. Love this light, and especially for the price, which is like 10 bucks. Really great light. But for me, I wanted something that was more condensed than this. I didn't like the big form factor. After a while, I kind of got tired of carrying it on my belt, and I knew I would because this is a heavy light. So I wanted to change it up a little bit. And for that, I was in Mountain Equipment Co-op this summer, just poking around, buying a few things here and there, and I found this. This is the Pelican 1910 flashlight. And as you know, Pelican makes hard cases, pluck-out foam cases, which I think are excellent, by the way. And I seen this, and I said, well, I gotta get it, because I wanted something that was small and compact, that was easy to carry, and it's an extra bonus because it comes with a pocket clip, which I'll get into. So before, when I used to do flashlight reviews, I didn't used to have talking points. Well, I do now. Yeah, kind of long, not really that long, but there's a lot to talk about with all these, trying to get all the technology straight because they're always changing. I'll say this, I said this before, I think in a couple other my flashlight reviews, I kind of like flashlights. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it, something that if it's pitch dark, I can still see for 69 meters or whatever this is. We'll talk about all the specs here in a minute. But, I mean, just that capability in the palm of my hand, being able to put out 39 lumens, it just blows my mind. And it's something that I really enjoy, almost as much as knives, but something that I haven't really got into a whole lot. Is this, but I'm going to start changing that here, starting to get some higher quality lights and whatnot. Don't worry, still going to be doing the knife reviews, but I still love these little flashlights. Good technology, and they're just interesting just to mess with and show off to all your buddies. So we're just going to talk about it here. First of all, the size. Going down my talking points. 3.6 inches long, so that kind of puts it a little bit shorter. It does come in a longer pen-like version that I haven't handled myself. That one's going to be a dual cell AAA. This one is a single cell. I like these ones better, as you'll see when we get to light options. I like the shorter lights, just because I find them easier to carry. Some people like the longer pen lights. For now, we're going to see how it goes here. I might try some longer pen lights in the future, and I'll definitely be putting out high quality reviews of those as well. So we'll see how it goes. I still really like the shortness of it just because I find it easy to carry, and once again, carrying around this kind of gets old. So I like this form factor, and you've seen it already. It fits really nice in my hand, and the ease of just push button, just simple, just click and click, and it's really easy. I really enjoy it. Weight is going to be 1.4 ounces. And that's with the battery. Without, you're looking at 1 ounce. So pretty decently lightweight. I mean, that means that there should be nobody who doesn't carry one of these little flashlights on them. I mean, 1.4 ounces. I mean, that's lighter than a knife. So if you don't have a knife, at least have a flashlight. Because this, when we get into my EDC for 2013. This is my most used tool right here in all my EDC. You've seen that last year. I talked about that in my EDC. I'll throw it up in the corner there in the annotations. You'll see it. And I talked about that. I said, not my knife, not my multi-tool. I mean, they're useful, But for something I use every day, right here. I always use my flashlight, whether it's finding something that I dropped, looking down something, looking for something, and just messing with. I really like these little lights. And for like I said, for 1.4 ounces, why not? Lumens and brightness, 39 lumens, and as you see, it's very bright. Hang on, let me grab the lights here. Gotta kind of reach across the tripod. Turn out the lights here. As you can see, it's pretty dark. Let the camera focus. There we go. As you can see, it's very bright, lights up a good area, and I like how you have this the wider area. I might throw in a screenshot at the beginning of it to show how wide that is, but I like the wider beam pattern just because I can see more of a bigger area. So there you go. Let me grab the lights here. There we go. So yes, it is very bright. 39 lumens. Very good for what you're getting. And like I said, for 1.4 ounces, I mean, you can't go wrong. Beam quality. Alright, I'm going to grab the lights again. Sorry guys, up and down here tonight. When I talk about beam quality, this is something new that I added because I thought it was important. How clean is the beam? So as you can see, it's very clean inside. There's no big gaps where there's no light. Very clean along the outside edge. Not too big of a deal. And at a long distance, you don't really notice any imperfections with that beam. So it's very crisp, very clean. And yes, you can see to 62 meters, as they said. But keep in mind, when they say 62 meters, that is clear conditions. Because I know personally from experience using this light, if it's raining, sleeting, snowing, it's not going to shine as far, and you're not going to be able to see as far. But for what you're getting, like I said, it's very good. Construction and materials, for quality level and whatnot, this is very high quality. This is anodized aluminum. Glad not stainless steel because aluminum is a lot lighter. And as you can see, the anodizing job is very well done, and you can see a bit of wear there. And I think it looks cool. I've carried this light a lot. Very nice pocket clip, a little bit worn, but we'll get into that right now, I guess. So anodized aluminum, like it a lot. And then the push button back here at the back is rubberized. Some people don't like this because it wears out after a while. We'll just have to wait and see. But for right now, I really like that push button. It's very comfortable and it's right there. I always like the push buttons at the back. So pocket clip, as you can see, very nice, very well done. Good deep carry. You'll have about that much showing out of your pocket, but not too big of a deal. That gives you something to grab and pull out on. And it doesn't really turn on in your pocket a whole lot. That's something that I liked about it, is that I can put my hand in my pocket, because as you can see, I'll push and the light doesn't turn on until right about there, and it takes even longer for you to hit the clicker, and that's when it stays on. So it's very good in that sense, so you're not going to be hitting that. It didn't come with a sheath or anything, and personally I don't think you need a sheath for this size flashlight. Waterproof and shockproof, and cold weather. Okay, so here's my talking points. And you'll say, why did you put cold weather in brackets? Well, of course, being in Canada, I always like stuff that can handle the cold weather, because with wind chill and everything, yeah, it can get pretty cold up here. So this seems to do really well in the cold weather. From my experience so far, we're just getting into like the first bit of winter. There's a snowstorm happening right now, actually, so yeah, it does pretty well from what I can gather, but we'll just have to wait and see. If anything changes, I will update it for you. Shockproofness, it seems to do pretty well. I've dropped it off this table a couple times. I mean, don't go throwing it on a concrete, off a ladder onto a concrete floor. That's just not realistic. But other than that, I think it will do just fine. If you drop it or whatever, no big deal. As for waterproofness goes, not going to be so good because of that push button back at the back there. I think water would get in there and you might damage the light. So just be just be cautious in that end. It is water resistant, so water, if you get like a little damp on it, it's not going to hurt it too much. But if you fully submerge it, then yeah, it might get damaged. Runtime, I'm gonna give it a big bunk here on this one. The runtime is really poor. Only an hour for this, and I've grinded up a lot of batteries since I've been carrying this light. The good thing is the batteries are easy to change, so you just unscrew it there, and out it comes. I think got energizers in here right now, AAA's. And also this pocket clip is removable as well. I think there's a little O-ring right there. So yeah, you can get rid of the pocket clip, and when the pocket clip is in, it won't move back and forth. So when it's in, it's in. And also another thing that I like about it is right here on the cap. Not there, but right there it shows you which way it has to go, which way the battery has to go. One thing I don't like about it is that there's only three threads there. So you kind of you kind of got to line it up a little bit and be a little careful that you don't strip those threads when you're cranking down on it, and then just make sure that it's nice and tight and the pocket clip won't move back or forth, and I like that. So very good, and if you get it in right, your flashlight will be good. So yeah, the batteries do change out fairly readily, and the runtime, yeah, it's kind of sucky, but I mean, you're getting 39 lumens, so you kind of got give and take. You know, you can make a really, really bright flashlight. We're talking with just one cell, one AAA cell. You can make it really, really bright, but then you lose when it comes to runtime, and then you can do the opposite. You can have really, really long runtime and a really, really low lumen level. So you just kind of, the companies are really trying to balance this out in that sense. So that's just my analysis of it. There is an optional lanyard that you can get with this. I think it fits up here around the pocket clip here somewhere, I'm not sure, but it is optional, so you do have to buy it separately. Price is around $30 for this little light. A little bit steep, yeah, I'll admit it, especially for the 1 hour burn time, kinda not so great, but I think for the quality level and the design, I think you'll like it a lot, and there's no way to change out that bulb either, so that's a disadvantage. From what I can gather from what I've been reading on Pelican, no way to change that out, so if you break it, you break it. But like I said, if you're realistic with how you use it and don't go throwing it off any overpasses or anything like that, I think it'll do just fine for you. Great little EDC light, I love it a lot, guys. Light options, so there's this one. There's the 1910 you can get, or 1920, sorry, you can get that one. And then here's one. This is a Gerber Tempo. Stay tuned, I'm going to review this one as well. I'm going to kick out a couple light reviews here. Gerber Tempo, I'll review this one. 7 lumens and 1.2 ounces, I think, but no pocket clip. That's why the lanyard's there. And as you can see, they got their form factor is pretty near close. This one's going to be a little shorter, but watch out for the review of that. I think these two are pretty well head-to-head, and I'll talk about that in my Gerber Tempo review, so stay tuned for that. So great light, guys. I really like this light. This has been an EDC light for me for a while. I also forgot to mention that pocket clip is blackened. Love it. I love how it's blackened. So yeah, there we have it. That's the Pelican 1910, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more light reviews. I really want to get into these light reviews. We'll see how this one gets for views. But it's not really about the views for me. It's about getting quality information out to my subscribers. So stay tuned and subscribe if you want more. Thanks, guys, a lot. I really enjoy this flashlight. I hope you will too. So stay tuned.